Here is the tail of the tape for the grand finals of 4Players Gold Cup number 51. A human mirror HawK going for, I think, something like 13 in a row. Our first map is Shallow Grave, actually. Here we go into game number 1. There's HawK in the bottom right, Blade in the upper left. Blade Tavern Hero build. All right, let's see what he's got. Very cool. HawK going for a mercenary camp creep. What the hell is going on here, guys? Panda first. Okay. I like it. I love it. I love it. I don't think this is even too trolly. I think this is just pretty solid. Let's see. See how Panda first works. The harass comes in. HawK gonna be surprised, and whether that be a pleasant surprise or not, I don't know. Nice micro on the peasant, but he cannot finish this creep camp. Is this a direct counter to the merc camp? Might be. 2 peasants will go down. 3 peasants go down. The base is closed. That'll be probably 4. Oh, if he were to breath that would have been 4. Ooh, Blade can even maybe get a footman kill. And he can threaten the last hit here, but not any longer with the breath. Just a lot of mana stealing. And 4th peasant, so 4 peasants and a footman. Which does that up to 115 apparently. And Blade teching behind this. Very cool strat. Very, very cool.
A player's forces are under attack.
That footman did go down. Wherever it died, I'm not sure. Is that the song you played in your spoiler prevention for YouTube? It might have been. No, that was actually a different song. It was a song that I had, I think, on like a playlist, but I've never used it for stream. It's just very similar. I literally have a playlist for streaming called SpongeBob, but I've never... Oh no! Does he realize? But I've never used it before. Okay, he does seem like he's realizing. But that's going to give opportunity for like a play... You imagine a play like this. Panda gets a staff, Footman goes into the base, level 2 breath. Oh no! Oh no. Oh no, HawK! Loses all of them! He should have just retreated as soon as he, Oh, he wanted the level 3s that badly. Oh no. So many peasants go down. HawK hasn't even teched yet. He's got 2 peasants on lumber 3. Oh, this is a disaster. The Panda first is just destroying HawK here, and it's kind of his own doing in a way. Okay, but can HawK break the base? He does have the stronger hero now. Level 3 against level 1, of course. With a massive tech advantage, and it's only going to grow. Oh no, in fact, HawK actually is teching. He's teching with 4 lumber peasants, guys. 4! He needs to creep a lab. Militia called. Water elemental, this Panda level 2. Drunken Brawler. Hazy just simply won't have the mana for. Blood Mage second, maybe? No, Archmage second. Berserker is being paid attention to, I guarantee it. Just trying to get as much damage on these footmen as he could. And HawK does some serious return damage, and he's teching away now. Getting the lumber upgrade. Has 200 lumber at least right now. There's the Archmage. Blade needs to hold on, though, until he's got priests out, of course. HawK knows this. 4 peasants on lumber. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. But it's working. HawK's doing it, kind of. Doing some serious return damage. And really slowing down the leveling of this panda. If not, if HawK wasn't doing this right now, Blade would just be power creeping the panda. I mean, HawK might just keep running at him. He can pick up a panda of his own at tier 2. He's got the lumber at least for that. And 1 Sanctum. He's just gonna keep attacking him. Why not? Try it out. Mountain King second. HawK, okay. Priest finally out. It's going to help the healing process, but just as it begins. Continues to pressure them, but now he's kind of got to back away. Okay, 1 Sanctum.
A player's force
He's at least got 5 on lumber. Oh, he has a 6 on lumber now. All right, nice, nice. And HawK does stabilize after what I thought, like, a lot of players I feel like would have just GG'd when they lost to those peasants, but HawK realizes, you know, he can just get lumber mill, get the early lumber upgrade, tech regardless, and he'll stabilize eventually. And now the supply is even, and the tech is, and by tech I mean amount of priests, is gonna be even soon. They're doing a good job though of not losing too much, despite not really having the ability to defend himself for quite a while there against that Archmage. Gets the water elemental. Close to level 3 panda. HawK's still with the stronger army though, with the mercenaries, with the footmen. Oh, this camp's still available. Wow. This will be Panda level 3 if he moves the Archmage away, which Blade will do wisely. Oh, he's trying to. Yeah, there he goes. HawK trying to steal away some creep camps. Don't think he'll be successful, especially now that this Panda's level 3. The Panda staffs over to the army as well. Mirror. You know, I asked my friends in real life if they thought it was weird how we say mirror. They said, nope, we think Europeans are weird. That's what they said. Weird champ. Two lumber upgrades already for HawK, and seems to be working out. And gonna get a money breath. That's 2, almost 3 footmen going down. And he also got Penner of Energy from the Expo that HawK gave up, by the way. Heal Scroll forced. Blade, rather, still seems to be ahead, despite HawK almost making a comeback at times.
Are under attack.
Yeah, the Panda's gonna be close to level 4. Starting to scale like a warden. Knowledge mini circlet, I call it. Actually, it's not me. It was Chumpesco that called it that.
Player's forces are under attack.
And bring a regen. Needed kind of for the Mountain King, but the Penner of Energy is of course better. That's what Blade got from his expo earlier. Breath again. Still so much that can take damage from this Panda. There's not a ton of breakers yet. There's level 4 in the Panda. Militia come in. Even more targets for the Panda. But Only footmen going down on both sides so far. Militia actually just creeping. Why not? Creep it up. No more busted fire, but the aura could solve that. Did go level 2 aura, by the way. That was not an Archmage dying. That was a creep dying. Panda being bolted so he can be feedbacked further, of course, by the breakers. Oh, priests. Little fumbly bumbly there with the priests. Oh, breakers. Oh, also with the breakers, actually. I was going to say not so much with the breakers, but he does mess up his micro a tiny bit here, Blade. And might be forced into a town portal here in a second if there's another Stormbolt. Oh, no, he might be dying. Priest heal, though. He will be able to TP out. He's even going to staff out. Wait, did he just miss a bash? I think he just missed a bash on the staff. Can I get a clip of that? Was I right about that? What the hell? I couldn't quite tell if it was a bash or not, that attack. And no TP needed. Blade just gets out of there. 54 against 49. Seems to be no expo from either player, but now HawK's going to go for it. But honestly, I guess the Panda that's this high leveled already is expanding the best choice. It is a standard choice, of course, but this is not a standard game. HawK with 0 lumber. Because he only had 6 on lumber the entire game. Should he buy a shredder? Well, he can't afford a shredder even if he wanted one. Maybe this expansion attempt was ambitious. Sobi mask as well, by the way, from the shop. Almost level 5. Pander. Oh, Archmage. Quite out of position. 1 lumber for HawK. Oh no. Yeah, you see he's struggling to get the power build going. Is he building peasants? Yeah, he built some peasants back at home. So eventually it'll finish. Staff now to the expansion. Oh no, he might be able to kill all the peasants before HawK can finish this. Because he just has no lumber. That's rough for HawK. That is rough. Like Blade might be able to close this out. He's got the 9 supply advantage currently. TP back from HawK, who finally has Panda, or rather Mountain King level 3, who wanted to win as well. Positioning is so good for Blade. The cast. Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, the priests were in a very good position for a second there, but now they're a little bit out of position. Cyclone to kind of force the fight a little bit longer. Actually gonna surround the Panda, push the vulnerability use, Militia being cleaned up. Let's not forget about the lumber issue that continues for HawK since the beginning of the game. That's what the Mountain King is really good at, though. He can just snipe priests. Versus Panda not as good at that. Yeah, HawK is microing pretty well, but he's still down in supply. He's mostly down in peasants, though. Where are the breaths? Where are the breaths? Nowhere to be seen. Maybe he's waiting for level 5. He needs 1 more kill before he can do that. For the Mountain King, heal ward in the back. If there was enough priests, he could get rid of one of these water elementals and get level 5 Panda, but... And HawK wins that fight purely on micro, I'd say. The Militia helped, but not a ton. And we're back to a kind of an even game, but HawK 14 lumber not helping. Rebuilding peasants again. Would have even been faster to send all 5 peasants back, harvest 1 round of lumber, and then go back? Yes, it would have. Absolutely. 1,000 gold for HawK, but a heal scroll? Maybe even 2 wouldn't be the worst investment, right? Just 1, push and vulnerability. Red camp being eyed. But the harass is the big win condition for Blade. He can run into the base, constantly breath all the farms. I like that the farms are spread out for HawK, though. They're not all lined up in the front, or else they would just all die at the same time. But yeah, this is what Blade can do. He can just play full lane. That was a level 2 breath, by the way, not level 3. Yeah, he could just do this all day. Stormbolt dives for the priest. Again, those wards being used so well. That's the last one, but they've been used very nicely. Okay, the bank and the supply is even. The upgrades 2-2 versus 1-1. The hero levels 5-4 and 5-4. Dare I say, a pretty even game. It's going to come down to what's better. Is the Panda or the Mountain King better? What's better? What's better? Main bases. About 2 and a bit minutes of mining. 3 minutes, actually. 3 minutes of mining. Did HawK grab the red camp? Okay, he got the medallion from the top right red. But I mean, Blade's already got good enough items. He doesn't need any more items. He doesn't need much more experience. He's already got Panda level 5. Oh yeah, he's just going full lane. Full lane, gonna kill the tower. Gonna kill all the peasants. Yeah, I think Blade could just do this all day. Just all day. One more breath. Can he get it? Oh, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Oh, not the greatest, actually. And staff out. Oh, the Mountain King wasn't in range. He could have gotten out of here without a TP, but now he's gonna have to TP. No, HawK! Couldn't get in there. Okay, never mind. And that's a good run by. But the downside of this for Blade, and there is a downside. He's gonna run out of gold, and then he's gonna have to expand, whereas HawK is gonna have a lot of gold left over. So as long as he doesn't just continuously lose peasants and waste all of his gold on that, he's gonna have the longer mining time. And, you know, if Blade's forced into expanding, maybe he won't be able to hold it. But if we look at the supply now, 66 against 53. Okay, Blade probably closing this out.
Forces are under attack.
But yeah, 1,500 versus 900 currently. Camp. Not gonna go the way of HawK, unfortunately. Oh, Archmage, very exposed. Shockwave in the back, though. The creeps, all the priests! Every single priest is going down to the creeps right now. Oh, what are these breakers doing? Don't know what they're doing. Both players losing a lot of priests. 64 against 54. And obviously, goes without saying, if the Panda gets level 6, the game is definitely over. Because tier 2 human cannot beat a Panda level 6. It's not possible. Archmage going to be forced to do a potion. If that was a crit, he would have been dead. Archmage gets a heal scroll. Both Archmages are about to die. Chaotic fight, but Blade's still ahead in supply. His main base is about to be out, though. In like 20 seconds or something, it'll be dry. Oh, could be a huge breath. Oh, it's a whole lot of damage. Both heroes on the cusp of dying. Base. 15 seconds. But the Panda's doing so much. So much. There goes the main base. Blade for HawK. 600 gold left. Not really enough to carry him. Enough. He buys a potion! Can he get it? Can he get a bash? Oh, it takes the bash. The Panda dies. The Mountain King lives. Doesn't really matter, though. Doesn't really matter. That Panda should not have died. He had the time to potion, TP. Could have got a priest healing more actively. TP gonna have to be passed here on the Mountain King. Focus fire on the next hero. HawK going for broke here. And Blade, let's not forget, he's out of gold. He's got long distance mine to get the panda back. Or you could probably afford it from the altar. I think Blade should still close this out. He's got 20 supply advantage. Man, that panda loss. It was almost level 6 as well. It would be level 6 by now if it was alive. I think Blade can just brute force. There's the GG. Just map 1 though in a best of 5 there. 1-0 for Blade. Quite the slobber knocker. HawK is watching the replay on stream, as it seems. Good to do, good to do. Okay, we're into game 2. Both players seem to be ready. Last Refuge will be the next map. Will it be 2-0 for Blade, or can HawK tie it up? These feel like if ever 2 humans in Europe are going to go to map 5, I think it's going to be these 2. I think it's going to be these 2, so wouldn't be surprised to see that. This is, of course, a very common map to have fast expansions on, so we'll see if that is true. Here we go. Map number 2. Display in the bottom left, HawK in the upper right. Now, typically what we see on this map is Mercenary Camp Creep first, followed by Murlocs or the green, followed by Expansion, Priest. Very, very early, not only Mercenaries, not only Defend oftentimes, not only level 4 Archmage, but Expansions. You can do all things at the same time on this map. It can be very strong just because of the density of creeps. You see just how many camps close by there is for both players. Which is why this is possible. This is probably the quickest level 4 creeping map we have in the pool. Which is great for Archmage, it's great for Breaker Mirrors, it's great for Priests. It's great for Pandas and Mountain Kings. It's great for everyone. The walking mana fountain that is the Archmage. But of course, everything else should be pretty standard. I don't think we're going to see any craziness from Panda first again. I think that's a Shallow Grave special from Blade. Nice headset, thank you. CORSAIR. Too late for Neo? I think Neo just had something to do today. And unfortunately, we won't be able to cast again next week because it's Christmas. Because I'll be away with family on the 24th, so this will be the last one we could have got to cast together for a month. Better to focus Priest or go for the heroes in these Breaker Wars. You tend to Stormbolt a hero if it's out of position early in the fight. If not, you just die for the Priest. Yeah. Like, oftentimes in Archmage Mountain King Mirror, you'll see, like, that both players initially bolt each other's Mountain Kings and try to feedback. But then once the Mountain Kings are out of mana, there's no use really feedback or focusing them. Okay, the Merc Camp. Now it comes down to the items, of course. True Shot is great. Sobi is great. Robe of the Magi is excellent. I've heard True Shot be called better than Robe of the Magi. I don't agree, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. Lionhorn is also a great one, I forgot to mention. True Shot the better of the two, though. Maybe, arguably. And And fourth farm
A player's
isn't an
forces are
indicator of
under
a fast expansion, it's an indicator of mercenary camp, but as I said, I would expect a fast expo from at least one of these guys. And they're both doing a different order of things, but I imagine they will creep both greens close by. And here's the fast expo from Blade. And from HawK. Nothing to be seen quite yet. Okay, there's the militia, so it will be fast expo versus fast expo. These games are pure chaos a lot of the time.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade a little bit faster. Which, being a little bit faster in Human Mirror is actually quite important because now just note the positioning on the map, right? Even though Blade is only about 5-6 seconds quicker to this camp, that means he's going to be 5-6 seconds quicker to this positioning on the map, which means he literally is forcing the game in a way where HawK is going to be defensive and Blade is going to be offensive just because he's a few seconds quicker. These are very important details in Human Mirror, and this is true regardless of it being a fast expansion or not. It's just always true of the level 3 creep routes. See, if HawK was the one that was quicker, now Blade would be the one defending. How cool is that? How cool is that? A couple of seconds. Small details. But HawK also is the one that already has defend done, whereas Blade chooses to not go for it. Probably chooses to get the earlier tech. We can note the lumber difference because of this.
The town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
True shot or work of spellbreakers, yep, and huntresses. Footmen dealt with by the priests. And the defend actually helps HawK to defend. If HawK didn't have defend there, Blade probably would have pushed forward, but because HawK had defend already online, Blade's gonna say, okay, I'll just take my... Oh, it won't take my tech advantage. He's actually getting defend himself. Mana stealing. As I said, Archmage level 4 is quite the possibility on this map. HawK is going to get it if he gets all these last hits. Defend is online now for Blade. Form the Archmage of HawK. Blade will get there soon. Get there soon. There we go. And make sure to keep an eye on the expansions, but neither has been harassed yet, so as far as Fast Expo versus Fast Expo games go, this has been pretty clean from both players. You're always going to lose units, but the question is, will you lose a ton of peasants? A double barracks from Blade. Very cool. Obviously, the eventual unit composition is normally Knight Priest with Inner Fire and Tri-Hero, but the very early second barracks means you can just build a lot of footmen.
A player's forces are under attack.
Berserker wants to kill that footman, but won't be able to. Could have maybe just woken the creeps up instead. And now it's getting a little messy, but it's kind of favoring Blade, the messiness. We note the health on the Archmage. Footman about to kill maybe 5 or 6 peasants here, honestly. Berserker gonna go down. Now for both players, it's died. These footmen actually a little too unhealthy coming. Militia forced. Blade just runs away. Just walks out the front door. Now we can look at the difference of the gold. 500 gold difference at the expansions. And a whole lot of footmen coming out. Even supply, though. Not even banks. Pretty even text, though. So the only difference here is 900 gold difference, you see. That's it. That's the advantage that Blade has currently. but his army seems a whole lot bigger somehow as well. Where's all HawK's units? Okay, he's got 3 footmen about to die over there. Is Blade just closing this out? Can he just grab a panda immediately? Oh, blacksmith as well, by the way, from Blade. But he is going tier 3, so we'll be nice, not rifles. Ogre Mauler, level 5 Archmage versus pretty far away from level 5. Second hero from Blade. Okay, there's the panda, but he would love to lose a footman now. That he's not above upkeep. Hey, Dirter Beer with the 1 year. Thank you, appreciate you. Dirter Bear. Berry. Get Blade is looking real clean here. This is looking like a 2-0. Berserker gonna fall as well. HawK backed into a corner. Potions even being forced. And behind this, tier 3 advantage. Note, HawK forced to stay on tier 2 because he's called Militia so much. Doesn't even have Sanctums on the way. Oh, the breath is so strong. He's got another one of those lined up as well. And GG will be called a quick 2-0 for Blade. Not even anything overly chaotic that costs the game for HawK. Just Blade played really well. From front to back. I love the 2 barracks from Blade as well. It's so nice just to... Even though you're not going to go like 12 footmen, you're not going to go like 70 supply footmen, but just you lose 2 footmen and you just automatically build 2 more. Just so you always have that fighting capability. It's really nice. Now, Northern Isles will be map 3. Is Blade really going to 3-0? I'd be very surprised to see a 3-0 from Blade. We're going to find out very soon. Okay, so Northern Isles. Here we go. Here's HawK in the bottom left, blah, 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 in the bottom left. Upper right here is Mr. Blade. Now, Northern Isles, a vastly different map from last Refuge, mostly because there's no mercenary camp, but still a map we've seen fast expansions on. One of the more common maps to see fast expansions on, but also can be played more standard. What I mean by standard, of course, is Archmage, Mountain King, tier 2 expansion after the first 4 priests are out, or, 3 priests and Adept on the way. And then just Breakermere, 2-2 upgrades, lots of fighting, 80 supply, heal scrolls. Archmage versus Archmage. Both players' altars tell the story that they're going to go for the Tuskar's consumable there. Greater heal is quite nice. Scroll the Beast can find some nice utility as well. Greater mana, a lot of utility as well for Harass. But of course, the big thing is you get more experience from the Tuskarr, so you can get the immediate level 2, and then you can come over here, creep the Murlocs. And then a nice creep route is sometimes to creep the Lab right away, but if you don't want to spend too much on Militia before you tech, you can go Tuskarr, green, green, tech, and then call Militia and creep this green. Which is a little bit, not cheaper lumber-wise, but you get your tech before you overuse the Militia. So we'll see if the creep routes differ at all. Or maybe they do something that I haven't seen before. Who knows? But almost certainly if one of these players creeps their expansion, that means they're going to be fast expanding in the opening creep routes. And same thing as last Refuge. He who is a couple of seconds faster in the opening creep routes will be the one that's able to be aggressive. The guy that's a little bit slower, even if it's just a couple of seconds, is going to be forced into a defensive position. So make of that what you will. I mean, maybe some people want to be playing defensively. Who knows? Not the best creeping here from Blade, I'll be honest. I think he was a little thrown off by the footman.
A player's forces
in the
are
base.
under attack.
Wand of Mana stealing, by the way, versus Greater Mana. Better item for HawK, and quicker creeping for HawK. Only by maybe 5 seconds. And both players kind of getting owned by this solo footman.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. And both players going to go for their lab creep route. But HawK, a couple seconds faster. That can make a difference. Yeah, both these players are around 2,300 MMR. Ooh, Footman gets a peasant there, actually. And both players get one peasant. And both players' Footman severely damaged. So, pretty even game. HawK a little bit quicker. Ring of Regen. Crystal Ball. Going to scout the creep route. HawK will be the first to the shop. But Marketplace also accessible. And boosts the speed. And what do you know? HawK a couple of seconds quicker. Who's the one being defensive right now? Blade. How cool is that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
A player's forces are under attack.
It just makes every detail matter in these early games. Just every little detail. Now this is going to translate into potentially a tech advantage, actually, but I think that was mostly just because HawK was the one that dealt with that single footman a little bit cleaner, so he spent less lumber on calling militia to deal with it. Footman will go down. I'm wondering what happened to the scout footmans, by the way. They were both really low. Maybe they're both dead. Maybe they were both suicided to the creeps. Second footman, very low.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade losing more and more peasants as well. Carson, it's your sister. Call me later. Okay, I will. I will call you later. I will call you after this best of 5. Alright, HawK gonna back away because a lot of his footmen were low. Shop gonna be built. But HawK definitely in the lead. Why is he in the lead? Because he was 5 seconds quicker in the early creep routes. I love it. I love this matchup so much. Cloak and wand sold, but there's not a lot of items there. There was no claws in the shop. I believe a circlet was purchased. And we can see the lumber differential, 500, 250. That means that Blade cannot afford the 2 Sanctums and the Mountain King quite yet, but I think he will be able to with that lumber mill coming up. Creeps get aggroed, but Ensnare doesn't go the way... Oh wait, there's no Ensnare. I'm just dumb. Oh wait, this guy's Ensnare. Right, yeah, I'm not dumb. Ensnare doesn't go the way, really, of HawK there. Ooh, plus 9 potential Pennant of Energy, and HawK actually snipes it. And gets the last hit. What a mad lad. Plenty of mana on this Archmage. Ooh, footman not chased down. Water Elemental denied as priority. And this footman will eventually die as well. Hey, Art Vanderlei 81 with the 23 months. Says almost 2 years. Love it. Keep giving us amazing content. You guys rock. Appreciate you, Vanderlei. My man. Why does that name sound so familiar? Obviously, it's familiar because you're a 23-month sub, but outside of Warcraft, it seems familiar too. Did you get that? Is that from a movie or something? I don't know. Okay, Sanctum, 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 Sanctum. A little bit quicker for HawK. Can I say it again, guys? Can I say it again? You know why his Sanctums are a little bit quicker? Because his creep route was 5 seconds faster. Now, I might be pushing this to the extreme, but still, I'm trying to make a point here, guys, to the human players out there. It's very important.
A player's forces are under attack.
Very important indeed. At back to work, Carson, this is your mother. Please ignore your sister. All right, Mom. And Mom, my grilled cheese sandwich better be ready by the time I'm done this cast, all right? I'm sick of waiting. Just kidding. Claws of attack +5. Blade is messing with the zoom. Sanctums. Pumping out the priests, but HawK has the blacksmith now, and this is the standard expo timing that I was talking about at the beginning of the game. You creep one big camp, you go for the expansion. Blade probably going to do the same soon, although you can be on the side of the more aggressive play and just try to break the expansion. Carson, your barber, please shave the mustache. My barber didn't want to shave the mustache. Ah, Seinfeld is from Seinfeld. Very nice, very nice. I don't even watch Seinfeld, though. How do I know that? Do you make extra wood peasants when merc creeping? You mean on Last Refuge, or you mean like the lab creep that these players did? I think in both cases you can build a 9th peasant, sometimes even a 10th, sure. Double clarity purchase before the shop went down, but that still denies more than just clarities. It denies the breakers. Yeah, HawK is looking to be cleaning this up, and behind this, let's not forget the expansion. Much better than Shallow Grave was. Of course, there's an Ankh for the Mountain King, but priests are still falling. Mountain King gets bashed and probably will be dying here. Double Dispel, Water Elemental goes down, but this is really the prize for the aggression for HawK so far, as that his expansion's mining. He just needs to milk this as long as he can, really. And he's going tier 3 behind it. Shades of Fish here, apparently. And even snuck a ward down that Blade might not be aware of. But in going for tier 3, he's kind of leaving himself open to a push from Blade, I feel like, once that Mountain King is back. Level 3 Mountain King on the way. This Mountain King finally gets level 2, actually. Bolt Priests. Oh. Does clean it up eventually. Uh-oh. This Mountain King, though, might be falling, because there's a whole lot more Storm Bolts than just that one. Give any bolts to run away. Nice little crisis management there from Blade, but he needs more than just that. He needs to muster the force to be able to push and break this expansion, because soon enough, HawK is going to be tier 3. It's going to be Knights, it's going to be Paladin, Staff, Orb. Carson's in the future. No matter what you do not go to the toilet. Done. Continues to suppress his advantage. Definitely looking like a 2-1 here. Runed Bracers, which is an excellent item, of course, to keep the heroes alive against the Stormbolt Focus Fire. And it's going to be even stronger Focus Fire now that this Mountain King Blade's about to hit level 3. Carry up to Vitality from the expansion. is. Feedback is not reduced, of course. I feel like HawK was like attacking his own Mountain King there. Maybe I'm wrong. Blade somehow microing his way back, and he is going to build his own expansion now. He might actually be able to have enough map control with those couple of unit kills he just got to secure an expansion. And it's not as though HawK is that far ahead. He's got 1-1 versus 2-1 upgrades. He just lost 3 units. Blade certainly has a chance in this game. Just because HawK has mined 2,000 gold doesn't mean it's BGGG just yet. Oh, but he's not expanding. Really? Outstanding. Of course, he's low on lumber, but he should have been able to afford it. Say he cancels this upgrade. $59 against 50, 2-2 soon versus probably 2-2 soon. But the tier 3 is on the way. Knights, Frag Sharp Mortar teams, Paladins out, Staff will be purchased once HawK can afford it. Blade's got to pretty much get a hero kill right now or this game's over. And that's not likely with the Paladin being here now, of course. And GG will be called. Sees the Holy Light, sees that's tier 3. Also GG, and the 2-1. HawK finally gets a map. Will he be able to tie it up? Reverse sweep. Let's see it. Like I said, I felt like it was very unlikely for these guys to go, to not have a really close series. And HawK proving that right. Okay, so Tidehunters and Autumn Leaves are the maps remaining. And Tidehunters will be the map that is chosen. Definitely a very standard map as well. We'll talk about some of the differences between Shallow Grave, Last Refuge, Northern Isles, and now Tidehunters. When we get into the game, we're loading up. And here we go, map number 4. Upper left here is Blade. Bottom right here is Mr. HawK. So, easy expansion. Also a difficult expansion. This could be a map we could see fast expansions on. We've seen them in the past, but it's mostly been standard, closer to Northern Isles than we have Last Refuge. But a difference between this map and Northern Isles is you can go for this big camp right away with a Footman Pole, which gets you a nice item in 2.2. You can get a quicker level 3 on this map. And you can get level 3 in many different ways. So this map can be a little bit crazy sometimes, but I would be somewhat surprised to see a fast expo from either player. Of course, worth noting, of course, there's the marketplace. Plenty of claws available. There wasn't enough last game, really, to go around, but maybe this game there could be a few more. Archmage versus Archmage. I think we're going to see probably lab crates from both. Let's find out soon, though. There we go, the Footmen tell the story. One downside to this is you cannot create Chaos or Scout with this Footman, at least not as early as you can on our Northern Isles, but they'll still be able to cross paths with each other. It'll be a little bit annoying. So it now comes down to the items. And of course, as we found out last game, it comes down to how fast you can creep it. Every second counts, but so far both players not making any mistakes. Bone Chime's nice for right now, bad for later. Bone Chime's nice for right now, bad for later. an even game. Even the creeping is pretty much exactly the same speed, so we're all good so far in the hood. But a little bit more damage taken on the Archmage of Blade, creeping-wise. Yeah, we're truly dead even right now with the speed. At last, a real mirror match. Blade goes back to creep his orange, whereas HawK just calls a bunch of militia pre-tier 2 tech to creep this. So Blade's gonna have the tech advantage, but HawK's gonna have the XP advantage and be able to be more aggressive. Blade might not even be able to secure this level 3. It's gonna be tricky to get this whole camp. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna creep it. He's gonna tough it out. Just needs this trap and it'll be level 3. HawK aware of this. HawK well aware of this. And he does get the last hit, actually. He gets the trapper. He paid really close attention to it, but the water elemental is going to do just that. HawK aware of this as well. Knows he needs to deny it, but not able to get there. But you could tell that HawK is realizing these things. Like, okay, he gets one more kill, he's level 3. Tries to deny the water elemental, gets the trapper. An average Mo with the 10 months. Appreciate you. Says, hey, yo, what up? How you doing? And by the way, one peasant went down the main base. Are you guys talking about that bonus campaign with the Beastmaster? I love that campaign. It's so fun. Way funner than the regular campaign, in my opinion.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade continues to creep. HawK continues to creep, but more aggressively. Well, not so much more aggressively. I mean, Blade is kind of passively stealing away a camp from HawK, whereas HawK is doing a camp that he expects to be contested almost, I would say. Lightning Shield, good. This is a good guitar for a beginner to try. I mean, if you're going for an acoustic, honestly, most people start with like just a Fender acoustic. They're cheap, they're basic, they're fine, they work. If you want something more expensive, I'd recommend like a Taylor or a Gibson. And then for electrics, most people just go with like a Squire or an Epiphone. All depends how much you wanna spend. But you could spend as little as 200 on like a Fender acoustic, and it's totally functional. Stays in tune, sounds fine. But especially with acoustic guitars, I would recommend like actually physically trying them out, because every acoustic guitar is very different. Whereas electric guitars are more standardized because it's all just electronics for the most part. Pickups and whatnot. Acoustic guitars, it's like, you know, they're all different. They're all just based on how they're made. Okay, shop is necessary. By the way, nice items. I think he got one from the expo and bought another one from the marketplace. I think that's what happened. Whereas HawK is kind of stuck on some terrible items currently. Okay, tier 2 done. Tier 2's been done, of course, for about 50 seconds because of the difference in creep routes. Actually, a nice beginner acoustic as well would be, not too common, a Seagull. They're not overly expensive. There may be they're more than like you know, a little crappy Fender acoustic, but Seagulls are nice. And it's not going to put you out like $3 grand, like, you know, a nice Taylor would or something. My first guitar was a Northland acoustic. Which was garbage, but you know, it's still my first guitar. I still got it in my closet. HawK trying to put this trophy in his closet with the lightning shield. Quite a bit of damage. Hey, thanks. Nox is here for the 21 months with the heart. Well, heart right back to you, brother. Appreciate you. A lot of pests going down. Yeah, Yamaha's also good. I do have one of my first guitars was also a Yamaha. Yamaha 12 string though. Yeah, Yamahas are great. Stormbolt. Archmage gonna have to TP, but where to? Back to the priests, apparently. And that's like, what, 4 peasants going down? 5, 6? How many peasants go down? I don't even know. Blacksmith comes up. 1. Okay. There is 2 sanctums for HawK. And for Blade, he's got 2 sanctums as well. So he's not too far behind, but the lumber is going to impact this, the upgrades.
A player's forces are
and the potential for an expansion, which is probably what HawK is going to be eyeing for now. Is this the final? This is the GF. Yep. As you can see down here. You can also see how many maps we have up here. Kind of Seagull for $400. Yeah, they're great. They're great, man.
player's forces are under attack.
But as I said, definitely go try it out. If you know someone that sort of plays a little bit, I would recommend like bringing them along with you. The better players you know, the better they're gonna be able to help you to find a guitar. Just get them to like play it, you know. They'll be like, yeah, this is totally worth the money. Yeah, Seagulls are very, very nice for the price. So. Clap, by the way, from HawK. A lot of priests for Blade. One of those priests goes down. Bunch of footmen being exchanged. Water elementals will be immediately ridden up because they have so many priests. By the way, full level advantage for HawK. The items are still making up for that for Blade, though. Okay, 44 versus 37. HawK does get the expansion up, as I mentioned he wanted earlier, but Blade going to be continued to pressure here. HawK going to have to hold. Nice dodge, point blank. Holy hell. That would have been a dead Mountain King if he didn't dodge that right there, most likely. Blade about to be level 3, though, on his Mountain King. Oh, surround was attempted but failed. Just level 3 of the Mountain King. Stormbolt available for both Mountain Kings. Players exchanging priests yet again. HawK just, I mean, as long as HawK is trading 1-for-1, he's totally fine with that because he has an expansion up. I'm surprised that Blade hasn't sent a breaker and a footman to the peasant line. I guess he feels like all hands on deck here. The Mountain King probably gonna die. Yeah, there it goes. It looks like HawK tied it up. Reverse sweep, question mark. Nice copy pasta. Respect. And HawK holds the expo, probably holds this game. But look at the lumber. Where the hell are the lumber peasants? Okay, he's got enough now. This actually won't be a problem. He'll be able to continuously produce. Won't be able to get all the upgrades he wants, but he'll be able to go up to 80 supply, no problem. Still 49 against 48, though. Blade's Mountain King gonna be out. Yeah, 65 seconds. But the guitar sounds highly dependent on the strings, or an acoustic, or any guitar, I suppose. Not that I know of. From my understanding, strings are more about feel for you as a player, and you know, I mean, as long as you're buying high quality strings, they're all going to sound fine. Another clause, by the way, clause was 9. Like, an electric guitar is dependent on, like, the pickups of the guitar and the amp you're playing through, and the mic you're recording the amp with. An acoustic guitar is dependent on, like, the type of wood that it is and, like, the body. I'm not much of a gear guy, technical guy, so I don't necessarily know the proper answer to that. Okay, does Blade have a shot here? Does he have a shot? 52 against 60. Water Elementals are cleaning up some peasants here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Where's the Mountain King? Okay, he's on his way back.
A town is under siege.
HawK is just going to counterattack. But in doing so, he's going to lose his Expo, and it's going to be a 6 supply advantage. That's what he's eked out from this expansion. 6 supply advantage. Yeah, I really don't think Blade's out of this yet. He's going to kill this Expo, TP back. Oh, does he not have a TP? Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Well, never mind. Never mind.
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
I don't know, I've been using the same strings for like 12 years. They're good strings. I do buy high quality strings. I never really put too much thought into it. Alright, HawK holds his expansion. Doesn't TP to kill this water elemental though, so might lose another peasant for it. Could even lose a couple more peasants for it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade refusing to give up. Still a big supply advantage for HawK. Only going to be growing. The upgrades, by the way, I haven't checked those. 1-0 versus 1-1. Blade can still win a fight, depending on the micro. Kind of a chaotic fight, which I feel like is going to favor the supply advantage of HawK. Bolt, Mountain King's both being focused. There's going to be a bolt on the other Mountain King now in a second. There it is. But the Zeppelin is here. There's also a push of vulnerability and a cloak on the Mountain King of Blade. Water Elemental's going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. Oh, Mountain King push of vulnerability. Got a little bit scared there. Now bolt on the Archmage. The feedback doing a ton of damage. Clap is there. Archmage being focused, but there's no mana for a Stormbolt for Blade currently, so he cannot secure a kill, and HawK will tie it up. Going to Game 5, everybody. Can you believe it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it, dig it? HawK with potential for the reverse sweep. Incredible. The last map of the day, everybody. Wasn't the Silver Cup yesterday like 2 hours? I checked the VOD. Neo's VOD was like 2.5 hours for Silver Cup. When I cast, it's always bangers, dude. 5 hours? Double the time. Double the time with half the players, probably. Alright. HawK versus Blade, map 5. Now or never. Winner gets 50 euros. This map is for 50 euros. Incredible. Autumn Leaves, of course, will be the map. Blade would have to be disappointed in getting reverse sweep. Can't remember the last time I saw one of these. A reverse sweep, but HawK has the ability to do it. I knew it would be a 5-mapper between these two. I never doubted. And here we go. There's Blade in the bottom left, HawK in the upper right. Now this is a map where we could fast expo on. But, you know, we've pretty much seen everything we need to see from this human mirror. We know what's going to happen. We know what's going on. They're going to creep level 3 Archmage. They're going to scout each other, see if there's a fast expo. If not, they're going to try to get that expo up post tier 2. Breakers, Priests. Mountain Kings. Upgrades. Standard stuff. Archmage versus Archmage. We got the wacky plays out in game 1. What's this game going to end with? Base race? I haven't seen a human mirror base race in a long time. I'd love to see it. Would love to see it. There we go, militia called.
Players' forces
Creep routes can differ. It seems like it will differ for Blade. He's going to go to the shop. Both players going to go to the shop. Is this standard nowadays? Shop creep first. I suppose either order's fine. I mean, creeping this or this first is totally fine. They're both good. Footman taking a lot of damage. Tried to get a last hit, but a little bit too fancy, whereas Blade not going for the fancy plays, just keeping his Footman healthy.
Players' forces are under attack.
We skipped the early matches, that's why it's short. Ah, I see, that makes sense. That makes sense. Circlet purchase, clause found. Circlet purchase, clause found. Both players happy with their items. As good as they can get. Another claw would make this game interesting. Circlet for Blade. Very good, of course. Lots of haste. Very good still for HawK. Both players, great items. And towards the expansions we go. This is level 3, I'm pretty sure, right? It doesn't take the green camp to get 3. No, this is level 3. This is level 3. I'm putting my foot down. This is level 3. This is level 3 creep route. I know this game. I know this map. This is level 3. Potential for Mantle of Intelligence, rather. And are they both expanding? No, this is just a level 3 creep route. Oh, actually. 4 farms for Blade. He might be. Yeah, he is. But HawK is tacking. Cloak for both. So the items will not be a huge factor in this game, but the expansion may be. Well, it definitely will be. We can guarantee that. If anything's going to be a factor in this game, it's going to be this expansion one way or the other.
Forces are under attack.
It's a money-back guarantee. Well, maybe if he runs his Archmage in and gets it surrounded, doesn't TP and loses it, and then GG's, it would be like, ah, the expansion didn't really matter, did it? That could always happen, but we'll know in 30 seconds. It's a weird tangent. Is HawK aware of the expo, though, I'm wondering? Because this is a normal amount of footmen. Okay, he thinks, okay, maybe he's just tacking. Of course, the shop will be earlier for HawK because he doesn't need to afford things like this. But Blade will probably build this soon as well. Footman does go down. Tank mirror would be fun. Yeah, that would be a dream. That would be a dream. I'd actually love to see that. The unfortunate thing about a tank mirror, though, is the same units, or the same buildings that produce the tanks also produce the counter to tanks in mortar teams. So... this is good for Blade. His Expo, he's not losing every footman, and he's at least trading 1-for-1 with footman, and his expansion is uncontested. Absolutely uncontested. Yeah, he's getting a shop now on time. All the footmen are saved. This is a great game for Blade. What's your favorite anti-creep route, like where you get level 2.99? There was one I remembered that I know what you're talking about. It's hard to remember. Because you try to forget about those creep routes, don't you? There was one. There was a doozy for a while there. I forget what it was, though. That's a good question. HawK might still not know about this expansion. It's possible. It's possible. tech is going to be about 90 seconds behind. Maybe 2 minutes behind for Blade, so he's going to have to hold on. And you know what? I can almost guarantee HawK doesn't know about the expansion, because he would be going Blood Mage if he knew about the expansion, not Mountain King. Because that is how HawK counters Fast Expo and Human Mirror. He goes Blood Mage. Oh my god, Blade. With the spread on the towers. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Blade had 2 Intel tomes, HawK 2 Agility tomes. You know, that's not something I ever pay attention to, is the tomes. It does come into play.
A player's forces are under attack.
I'll say it again. I don't think HawK knows there's an expansion. He's probably thinking, like, why are you contesting this? Like, Blade's the one with the expo, and he's scouting even better. Like, what would be standard right now for HawK would be to creep this, and then call Militia and expand here. We'll see if he does that. Which is not how he counters Fast Expo and Human Mirror. That's not what he does. I've seen him counter Fast Expo many a time.
A player's forces are under attack.
The Archmage is going to see it now. Will he, though? Okay, now he sees it. I wonder what his reaction is to seeing this. I mean, maybe he just counter expands. He can't break this. Even if he goes Sorceresses right now, he can't break it. He's got to just counter expo. I think taking both these middle camps is wise. But then I think he calls the boys, goes to the upper left. Anyway, Rude Bracers. Maybe Mana Stone here, Hellstone. HawK isn't bad either.
Player's forces are under attack.
Blade just going for 2 Sanctums. Was a bit shy on Lumber there for a while, but shouldn't be a problem. Would like maybe a 3rd Sanctum, though. We're retraining for HawK. Okay, he's going for it, apparently. Yeah, spread for anti-Flame Strike, also for anti-Blizzard, which is gonna work against. Yeah, Blade's so well prepared for this. Unfortunate way for HawK to go out here, but he might go out from just not knowing about the expansion.
A player's forces are under attack.
I love this play with the Archmage, by the way. Not letting the casters meet up with the army. And if there was Sorceresses coming out, he'd be able to catch them out. There's Blizzard. Actually can find the Blizzard on at least 2 of the towers. Should definitely Stormbolt this next Blizzard immediately. Come on, Stormbolt it. What are you doing?
A player's forces are under attack.
Berserker? Ooh, Berserker and maybe the Water Elemental in the back could start picking off these priests. 1,800 gold for Blade. Yeah, HawK's gotta do some serious damage here. And then just push the main afterwards, or he's gonna definitely lose. The thing is, Blade could just pick up every mercenary right now and hold easily. This Archmage control has been so nice from Blade.
The town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, surround on the Mountain King? Almost, but not quite. Blade doing a really good job of buying as much time as they possibly can. Archmage, though, for HawK. 40 supply against 64. Clap now on level 2. And now the casters that were banking up in the main base come out. And the Archmage is going to be forced to TP, and with that, HawK can be forced probably the GG. Oh no, kills the Mountain King. Okay, he's got a chance. He can re-push again. Ooh, but you can't be stuck in your base at this time. Is that trapped? No, I think you can get out, right? Yeah, you can get out. Right? Right? Nope. Unlucko. All right. One tree to get out, though. Blade's going tier 3. And 71 against 50 supply. Who cares if your Mountain King's dead? Honestly. Honestly. Honestly, Basil. Towers.
Players' forces are under
Cancelled.
attack.
But I think the army is the thing that's going to hold. Double Workshop coming up for some Frag Sharp Mortar teams. Maybe he will tank HawK after all. Talisman is picked up. Still a lot of footmen, but definitely a strong enough army. I mean, footmen are fine against the Breakers. It's not so good against the Prison class. Mountain King has an Ankh, so he can go down into the world. Might be the end of this game still. Oh, surround? Nope. Twins, Basil. Twins. $71. The only reason he's not 80 is because he's waiting for the tier 3 to be done so he can get Paladin his first mortar team out, most likely.
A player's forces are under attack.
And HawK trying to expand. A footman already sees it, though. And similar to Northern Isles, when we see that Paladin, you might see the double Gs. Footman going around the outside. I love it. Mortar teams on the way. Honestly, screw the Paladin. Yeah, just go more mortar teams. Why not?
Is under siege.
And 78 versus 47. And the footmen find their way to the peasants.
A player's forces are under attack.
Really nice game from Blade here. And HawK makes one final critical error. Just doesn't scout the expo. It's so simple, right? But it's like, just doesn't scout it. Sometimes that's all it takes. Footmen free up some supply for Blade, who's now got Frag Sharp Mortar teams, and he can even get the Paladin if he wanted, or a Knight, something like that, but he's just going for a ton of mortar teams. This is going to be 4 and 5 mortar teams with Frag Shards already online. Oh, this one might get caught out of position, but a staff could be purchased always. Counter Expo coming up.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, the mortar teams. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, holy hell. The Blizzard is alright, but mortar teams are better. Oh my god. There was no clap either to follow up the damage. And everything is dead. GG is called, and Blade takes it 3-2. Nice try to HawK. Almost got the reverse sweep. Really could have, but Blade's going to take it. Rightfully so. He was at 2-0. HawK took 2 maps, and then HawK makes a mistake, and 3-2. HawK champ.